You ever have a terrible theater experience and you have to go on a rant about it because people are irritable? Well, buckle into your Broadway theater seats, everyone, with your invisible seatbelts, and put that duct tape over your mouth because here we go. Welcome to Converse-ations. Welcome to that awkward intro. Did it pull you in or scare you? It better have done both. This is Eric and Katie. Today we're talking about theater etiquette.
What do you do and not do while attending the theater?
So let's start with the first thing. The first thing that happens, but right before the show starts, even before the show starts, is you have to get there on time. Do not be that person that's late. It makes me stand up while people are singing or dancing or talking, because that's going to make me angry.
I'm going to say get there early.
Yeah.
But more importantly, before that step, have your bag ready for bag check. Because this isn't rocket science and you walked past everyone to get in line. You know bag check is coming.
Okay, so we're going to start
Open your bag.
So we're going to start from the beginning. So you're walking to the theater. First of all, you should be dressed. See, this is where things get a little iffy. Theater goers 50 years ago used to dress in like the top hats and the tuxes and the dresses and all fancy.
It was a night out.
It was a night out on the town. Now with like things like tourist rush tickets, all of that kind of stuff, you don't know where you're going to be at any given time. So you just dress nice all the time. Try not to go to the show in jeans and a t-shirt, which I have done before, but also like I walked in 10 minutes before Jersey Boys started and got a ticket and like sat down and was like, I didn't think I was going to get a ticket to anything, and I thought I was going to go take a nap, and then I saw Jersey Boys.
No nap for you.
So dress nicely. Have your bag open for bag check, because why would you not do that? Have your ticket ready.
Next step, have your tickets out and ready.
Like,
rocket science.
Also, you also have to realize that like people in New York at these theaters, in New York City in general, are not very patient. They don't have time for your crap. If you don't have your tickets ready, they're gonna be real pissy with you. Don't give them that opportunity.
Yep.
Just be super nice and be just efficient. So New York City equals efficiency. That's all you need. Then you go in. Step out of the way if you're looking at something. Step out of the way if you're ordering drinks. Don't stand in the middle and go, don't stand in the middle anywhere.
And take the time to take your coat off while you're in the big open area where it's easier to take your coat off, instead of trying to do that in your seat.
Something I've noticed about the New York theaters is they are very adamant about seeing your tickets and showing you directly to your seat.
Yes.
Versus theaters here
that are just like, you can follow
it's like you
directions.
Go, it's row M, go down that way, or like Ruth Eckerd. I can figure out where I'm going. There's an entrance on either side, and you go in and you find your seat. So it's like, oh, do you know where you're going? Yeah, okay, cool, have fun, here's your program. Whereas this is like, let me take it easy! And I'm like, whoa. So I have just like, especially after this last trip, I'm just like, hi, thank you so much, and just super polite and like passive.
Take the program. Don't ignore them when they try to hand you the program.
Just take it. If you don't want it, they recycle it at the end. Like,
take your program.
Go sit in your assigned seat. Don't move seats when the seat next to you hasn't been filled, because that person is probably late, and not only are they rude for standing up, making you stand up to get to their seat. Now you have to rearrange after doing that 3 times. People in front of us. So now, we're going to get into you would think these are basic instructions all the way up to this point, and we're going to continue these basic instructions. Like, don't. So then at this point, you're sitting down, you may have gotten something to eat or snack on or drink or whatever.
Or you may have smuggled in a fried chicken.
Because we've heard the stories.
Because we are aware of the fact that odd food items have made it to the theater. They also deserve a good theater experience. You know?
What? The
dead, fried chicken?
I was like, the dead chicken.
Yes. Or the pizza, or the sub, whatever it is. There was an interview I was watching recently, but I don't remember who they were interviewing, that said somebody brought an entire, I think it was Daniel Radcliffe, somebody had brought an entire sub and was eating it in the front row with locked eye contact.
What?
So it's not just chicken.
Okay. So
This is the thing.
So then they make those wonderful announcements at the beginning. Sometimes they make wonderful announcements. Sometimes Bat Out of Hell just starts the show. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So generally they say turn off your phones.
Yep.
So do it. If your phone call, your texting, your thing is more important than the 70, 80, 90, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, $500 ticket that you have purchased per person for this show, stay home. Give that ticket to somebody else.
Yep.
If you can't go 2 hours without looking at your phone, stay home. That goes for movie theaters too, but even more so in live theater. Do not do it.
Also, you've got an intermission coming, so like really, you've only got to get through like an
hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
I will take your phone and I will throw it. The second thing they usually say is unwrap any sweets that you may have. So like, sometimes you get candy. And
like hard candies.
Nothing ruins a very romantic or a very somber moment like
we're going through a tunnel. Crunch, 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 crunch. Like, Annie,
I can't hear you. Locate the nearest emergency exits, obvious reasons.
Standard. But we have more rules to layer on top of this for a good theater experience.
You would also think with no cell phones, that also means no talking. Or like minimal talking. Like you can whisper to the person next to you and then get like that little brief moment and then look back. Because we've done it. Because we have to make commentary. Generally, we don't even have to make commentary. We can just look at each other and we know exactly what we're thinking. Something could happen on stage. Somebody could say something. We both go.
It's true though.
Try not to talk. Try not to loudly comment. Old people behind us in the middle of Jersey Boys about the lighting.
Do you remember when our phones were like that and you had to hang up?
But even more so than anything. So, we saw the Cher show. And now, the show itself, we will be doing a full review on. It was excellent. It was such a great show.
Yeah.
Everyone in it was amazing. The costumes, great music, everything was great.
Everything that happened on the stage
was great. Meanwhile, the entire audience of like 2,500 people, all middle-aged women who were wasted, all thought this was a Cher concert. As far as I could tell.
And a private concert.
And a private concert just for them. And that they could sing and dance and butt grind against, I don't even know if that's a thing.
No,
against
what I was getting
people.
was shoulder action. So the woman next to me thought this was just the greatest thing.
Which is fine. You can like bop along, like that's what I do.
Broadway theater seats are not like spacious.
Not like
so
this.
sit on the edge, come over to the edge of your chair. So I was sitting in Eric's seat here. And she's like doing like this, and it was like up on me the entire time.
Oh, see, that would have been.
And I was like,
we should have traded seats at intermission because I would have been like, yeah, and just shoved her off and been like, oh man, I would have caused a scene. Also, people tried to film like
but then
the
she
entire
was also
show.
singing,
yes.
like audibly next to me. I reached a point, I was kind of hoping she would notice. She didn't, but I was literally sitting in my seat like this with my finger like entirely sealing off this ear, going like this, like scrunched away. I was literally sitting and watching the show like this in like 3/4 of my seat because she was driving me absolutely insane. And the ushers were constantly having to yell at people.
I've never seen ushers
recording
and
things.
and getting too obnoxious. And this was the most active usher team I've ever seen.
They
during the
had
show.
to be, and it was
They
rough.
were running all over the place, and I was distracted by them being distracted by the people in the audience who were distracting us, the rest of the audience, from watching the show. It was a mess.
The ushers did what they needed to do.
Oh, and they were great. They were a great team.
But, like, they should not have had to do that.
Any of that. What irritates me about all of those things, all of which pretty much happened, or everything from the beginning of the story to the end, happened during the Cher show. The biggest problem that I had with it is not only is it disrespectful to me watching, it's disrespectful, and not only disrespectful to those that are performing the show.
Yep.
It is super, super disrespectful to Cher, who is putting her life up on this stage.
Literally.
And you are ignoring all the things. You're turning into a joke. And I'm like, I am so moved by everything that Cher has been through in her life and all the challenges she had to go through. And I felt so connected, and I had similar moments in my life. Obviously I didn't get married, but like there were certain things that I was like, oh, I have said those things, or I have done those things. And meanwhile, I can't have that connection to Cher the person or Cher's the character, how they do that. Well, again, we'll talk about that in the interview.
Later.
Because the people next to us were being, and or all over the theater, were being super obnoxious.
Drunk
and it was
singing.
and it was like, it just was so disrespectful. And if like I was Cher, I'd been like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's a new show, so it's not like a situation
it was
like
only
Wicked,
open for 2 months.
where it's the like super fans that are singing along and know when to go quiet because it's a quiet moment. This was
also
just,
they don't do
but
that.
they
during
don't do
show.
that. Yeah. This was like when you walk into the stretching room at the Haunted Mansion and you have a group of passholes who are shouting the stretching room spiel.
And I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of singing during Escape to Margaritaville. It was not.
And there was one song where they said everyone
sing.
join
They broke
in.
the wall and said everyone sang. So
Yeah,
I was like,
they recognized that they had an audience that was probably going to do that. Also, they rewrote more of the lyrics to the songs that were in Margaritaville than Cher.
Well, and then this was my problem. Is towards the end of Act 1, in the Chicago tryouts, it was a full ballad version of Believe, and then they did the full big version at the end. So what they did for the Broadway show was they cut it down like significantly, and they would do a little bit of the song. They would do some dialogue. They'd bring it a couple more lines.
Like
to bring it
weaving in and out.
And it worked so well with where it was in the story, and people were trying to sing, and I was like, shut up! You are missing the entire point of what this show is about.
Yeah.
Also, during your intermission, don't go to the bathroom. Let us go to the bathroom.
No, let me tell you, I am ready. I will shove the rest of my row out of the way. If I am not within the first 3 people to hit that bathroom, I might as well go back to my seat. It's not happening. And I've had some shows where like I just didn't. I was like, based on where I'm seated, I'm not even gonna try. Whereas other shows, I've been like, get out of my way. Like that's not. 15-minute intermission for female restrooms is not a game at all. Now, some theaters are really catching on and are allowing you to like mobile order or pre-order your intermission drinks and snacks,
which is really good.
Well done, theaters.
A lot of theaters are starting to go into that. The show gets done. We're all irritated, and then as we're walking out, it's like trash everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
pick up behind yourself.
How do these people function in life? I don't want to ever be friends with these people because I might have to go over to their house and I might die. Why are people so disrespectful?
When you go to the stage door, be chill.
Yes.
Don't elbow other people out of the way.
And don't be weird.
If someone is taking their time talking to everyone, don't get mad at the fact that they're taking their time, because it means when they get to you, they'll take their time.
Also, if I am trying to take a picture with somebody at the stage door, do not get in my picture. Because the next time that happens, I will very bluntly say, get out of my picture now. You're not funny, you're not cute, you're old and irritable, and your expiration will be coming sooner than you expect if you get in my stage door pictures and you are not Katie or Irene or somebody else that I have brought with me. Do you understand? I am on a wrath. I will destroy anybody that gets in my way.
I'm on a wrath.
I'm on a wrath. Oh,
yeah.
One that I didn't think I would need to bring up, and apparently people do this still, is keep your shoes on during the show.
What?
Also, don't kick the back of my seat We're like Statler and Waldorf right now. Like, we are not playing games. That's why they have their little booth.
They live in the box.
They live in the box.
They live in a box.
Can y'all just be polite during shows? That's all we're asking. Can you just show common decency?
And watch it.
And enjoy. If you're not connecting with the material and you're not even passively watching it, you're just kind of there, don't bother showing up. Now, the producers and the theater ticket salespeople would probably tell you, we don't care, just give us money. But I think they would also agree with, like, if you're...
At least be a decent person while you're at the show.
Yeah.
That's all I ask of you. You said that's all I ask, and that's...
Yeah. And then if you don't, I'll drop a chandelier on you. Did I just threaten you on the internet with a theater thing? I sure did.